Hello, this is Janet coming back to give an update in regards to my today's appointments. I had 3 appointments. I started off with an MRI. It has been a year since I've had an MRI, and I was on the case study machine, the machine that they use for all case study patients. So therefore that meant that they had to set me in the same set my head in the same position that I was in a year ago so they can get the same exact images that they took of my brain a year ago. I probably was in the room and on the machine for about an hour and 15 minutes, but once the images started, I probably was on the machine for about an hour because it took them a little bit to get started. For some reason, I don't know if they were researching I don't know how the machine is actually matching up with the pictures that I did last year. Maybe that was what they were doing, pulling my old images, so therefore they can make sure that they take the same exact type of images. So towards the end, I think I had about 4.5 minutes left, and my back was so tense, my upper back, it was hurting, and I mashed the button before she got started on that last image, and I was like, can I please have my back adjusted, because I was tensed and it was hurting and I couldn't relax, and she was like, no, you're gonna have to stay like that. You have to be in the same exact position as you were in last year, and so if you move, we'll have to start the whole process of getting the images over from the beginning. So I was trying to think of other things and not think about my back, and thankfully that 4.5 minutes went by quicker than what I thought. So I did images without contrast and images with contrast. So I should find out my MRI results tomorrow when I meet with my neurologist, and perhaps with nothing showing up and causing an issue with me being able to start my real medication off of case study, I'll be getting on the medication tomorrow. And so anyway, yeah, I'll be finding out my MRI results hopefully and starting the medication tomorrow. After the MRI appointment, I went to my dermatologist for him to look over my skin, and everything was great with that. No rashes or anything on my skin. Skin was perfect, just as it was when I started off on the case study a year ago. And after I finished with the dermatologist, I then went to the hospital and had to go do the pulmonary lab test. And that was a great test. My results that I was able to see with the pulmonary technician showed that my breathing was actually 5% better than the last time I had the test. And so that was a good thing. Yeah, so, and then I also had a conversation with the tech. He indicated that his wife is also dealing with multiple sclerosis, but when she found out that she had multiple sclerosis, she was diagnosed with the more progressive form of MS. And her first symptoms was a seizure. And he said that the doctors was thinking that she had a brain infection initially before she was really diagnosed. I'm sorry, my alarm went off, reminding me to take my medication, so it stopped my video. Um, so yeah, the tech that was doing my breathing test, he was telling me that the doctors thought that his wife had a brain infection, and so they were treating her for a brain infection, but she kept having seizures every time she would have a relapse. She would have a seizure as well, and at one point, the doctors was trying to say that she was crazy. Um, I mean, it's more to the story as far as what he told me, but thankfully, he knew that something was wrong with her and that she didn't have any mental issues. But however it is, they finally decided to do MRIs on her, and her MRI showed that she had several lesions on her brain. And then that's when she finally was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis because of all of those lesions on her brain. And it's just unfortunate that she was diagnosed with the more progressive form of multiple sclerosis. So he said that she has very bad cognitive issues, and her walking is really unstable. And he also said that if you saw her, you would think that she was a stroke patient. So, and he also mentioned too that she's on Tysabri, thankfully, he said. But prior to getting on Tysabri, he said that if she hadn't have started taking that medication, he think that she would have been dead a long time ago, because her issues were so severe, her seizures. He said that she just wasn't doing well until they started her on Tysabri, and Tysabri has kept her to where she can function a little bit more. So even though her functioning is a struggle, she's better than what she was prior to Tysabri, prior to her diagnosis, I guess. So yeah, that was a very interesting conversation that me and my husband had with the tech. His name is Jack. It was an interesting conversation. I learned a lot more information from him in regards to his wife situation, and thankfully I have relapsing MS and not the more progressive form, because it does sound a bit scary, but God has me, so I'll be fine, and you'll be fine. So yeah, that was pretty much it for today. Excuse my hair. I took a nap and I just kept moving. But anyway, yeah, I'll come back and give an update on my tomorrow's appointment with my neurologist, and hopefully all of my results that I'll get tomorrow, my MRI, my labs from my blood test that was done 3 months ago, and my in-office urine test that I'll take tomorrow. Hopefully it shows no protein. I'm drinking a bunch of water today for sure, because I'm trying to get all of the contrast out of my system, because the techs at the MRI place was saying that I need to flush my kidneys, because contrast, I guess, could be hard on kidneys. They also had to test my blood at the imaging center, because I said I was on low dose blood pressure medication, and so they wanted to make sure that my kidneys were functioning well enough that I could tolerate the contrast. So yeah, today was a good day. So prayerfully tomorrow be an even better day. So stay tuned. Talk to you later.